I am so glad you're here with me today. I am doing a flip through of my Hobonichi Weeks for February and how things went, but I wanted to share my pencil pouch that I was using this month, and it says I am Black History. And in this pouch, I've been carrying around a lot of dot markers because I've been using these a lot. I like them because, of course, they make a little dot where if you want to highlight a task, it's like a little circle. And I have a lot of different colors that I use, so they are in here. And I also have like a regular Sharpie in here, as well as some Sharpie highlighters. You just don't know what you'll need. And I have this bright pink Sharpie, but all the rest of my colors are pretty neutral. If you look at my highlighters here, they're kind of neutral because that seems to be where I am headed with my highlighting. So that is there. And I did share a short about this sticker sheet, but I just brought it because it's still on my mind to use. And this is by a sticker company, and the young lady, she drew her own art, but it was called Shameless Stickers. I don't think she is open anymore, but I had this sticker sheet, ran across it, and I really like it. So it says, isn't it a little too ironic and it's an iron? Yeah, I really do think. And if you know that song, you know it's full of irony. And I'm thinking about putting it here on the cover of my Hobonichi Weeks because I usually put stickers here, but I haven't yet. And I saw this and I might do that. So that's why that is still here. And I am still using my personal wide rings for creativity and doing things with my kids. I'm keeping up with sports schedules in here, so I will do a flip of this also. But let's look at my everyday carry. Still my Hobonichi Weeks, which I enjoy. And I did add a few more sticky notes in the front here for a hub so I can jot down things if I need to, and still kind of with neutrals and a little bit of pinks in there. And the monthly this month for February, it wasn't as busy, and I did not put a whole lot of information here. However, for March, it's pretty full. So February and then March, I really started. If we go looking at the weeks, so Hobonichi Weeks has the weeks section, and it started February 1st was a Sunday. We had snow during that time, so it's a snow day. And I did start using these boxes to help organize my thoughts here. And if you look at it, I do like it. So what I was doing is here I was using the days of the week, and what I was doing was putting extracurricular activities here, then priorities, and then to buy and errands, and then other items I was filling in, and I started to track meals and things like that. Now it kind of changes as the weeks went on, and as you see this week I was totally thrown off because we had 2 snow days at the beginning of the week, Monday and Tuesday. My kids were out of school. Work, I believe, was closed this day, late start on Tuesday, and we were working on a project, so like stuff was different. I still did the weekly tracker. However, sports was weird this week because of everything that happened with the weather. Priorities, I had priorities. I did not document them. Items to buy, I wrote those down here. And then I just did a little micro journaling here. One of my friends gave me a bracelet that you track animals, and it has an app and all of that. So I documented that here, and I also made a YouTube video on my other channel about it, which was such a nice gift. It was so thoughtful, so I had to journal about it, and I also made a video about it. Here, the next week, which is the 7th week of the year, I did pen only this week, which actually turned out kind of nice. I was a little busy. As you see, we had games all this week and different cheer things. One day I had a soccer game, one day, this Thursday, soccer practice, cheer practice. Then Taekwondo, like there was a lot of stuff going on this week. The only day we had free was Friday. And then I went to work into the actual office, the clinic, 3 days that week. It was a busy week because Valentine's was that week. Of course, we had to get things for my youngest daughter's class because they still really do that. And then there was no school on Friday, so that moved Valentine celebrations up till Thursday. It was just a fun week. Very busy. I had some priorities here and then still to buy items. And what I did this day, so what I like about the Hobonichi Weeks and planning in general is just make it how you can make it so it works for you, so you can be the most productive you can be. And on this day, I needed to separate morning activities from evening activities so I could have a list and keep on task for the afternoon. So that's what I did here. Then I just had some other things that I made note of. On this Saturday, we watched Conclave, which is a movie. If you have not seen that, I highly recommend it. I went to the movies with my son to watch it. He's very into like history kind of things and things like that, real life kind of items, and that really gives you an insight into the Catholic Church. And then we also had a movie night where we watched Hobbs and Shaw, my husband and I. So this was a busy weekend because it was Valentine's Day. We did do a family fondue night on Valentine's Day with my kids because we are strong believers that you should be your children's first Valentine. So that's how we celebrate with them. We did a day date where we went out, my husband and I, for a lunch date. So that was nice. And that was a busy week. This week, we did have a lot going on as well. Of course, look, again, full of some sports activities and all of that documented when I went into the office, priorities, what I needed to buy, and then I did some micro journaling over here. Also over here, I had a lot of things that I needed to do, and my youngest daughter had a birthday party during the week, which was fun. It was at a farm, but it was the middle of the week, so we had to do a lot of things here and then get ready for the party there. And then I just had some things I did on Friday. Usually that's our house cleaning day, so I try to organize my mind on what I need to get done. This Saturday, I had a planner meetup where I get together with some other planners and we go out to a coffee shop and get together and have a good time. So that's always fun. This next week is the last week in February, which I cannot believe. This week I started because I'm still trying to decide how I'm going to plan. Again, I like the boxes, so what I did here is I was liking this box here. However, it was kind of small. So I said, let me utilize this part of the day and I will draw a line to differentiate between what's going on this side as well as what sporting activities or family activities we have. Let me put them here. And I actually liked how that turned out. I moved the clinic information up here. I still have my priorities and to buy and to go errands over here. And then just made note of my husband doing some travel that week. And I really liked this. They had a Read Across America week was this week. So if you have young children, you probably knew about that. And my daughter's school, they actually dressed up. So what I did was highlight the days, and she actually participated in every day, which sometimes she does not, which is fine. It's totally her choice, but I was so excited. She looked so cute each day. So, and even on the places you go day, she decided that she wanted to dress up like a teacher. She tells me she does not like school, but amazingly, she wants to be a kindergarten teacher at this point in her life, which I think is so beautiful. And I have these Mulan stickers, which I really like. They're transparent and they're very like low profile. So it literally, this is like on the page. It's very smooth. I like those. So I might start using these because I do like to have a theme going throughout my weeks. And I might start using these because I have some and they will last a long time. And I just documented a few things going on and some things that I needed to get done on Sunday with a little box sticker. But I really liked how this week turned out with a few sticker highlights in here and then just pen to paper. So that is the end of February. Now in the notes pages, I am still where I was in January pretty much. However, I'm not sure if I had laid all these stickers down when I last did an update, but I did get this far with what I'm going to write. So from the Library of Me, and then I'm going to write about the book I read, Everything I Never Told You. So I'm going to do a little summary there. And I did have my February focus things that I wanted to do to help us and myself have some personal goals and move some things forward. And I got as far as making notes and setting up my daughter's birthday page. And then it will be March. So that is how it's going with my Hobonichi Weeks. I did get a few things in the back laid down and set up. And I am tracking my books, but I need to update the notes, the actual notes pages with how I'm going to do it. And that is where I am. I decided to mark down the days that I do travel. So I'm going to use this 365-day checkoff sheet. When I marked it with a little Toffee Bear sticker, and he has his little suitcase there. So cute. So that's the plan for now. And I just have a few stickers, more sticky notes back here, and another sticker in the back. But that's where we are with my Hobonichi Weeks. I hope you had an excellent February. What other things are you working on as you move into March? I have a few things that I am focusing in on, and one of those is giving myself grace each and every day. So even if I have things that I need to get done and I have them documented, if I don't get to them, I'm giving myself grace and understanding that I sometimes am not going to be able to get to everything, and that's okay. There is another day that I can move that activity to. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.